Jai Sitaram. This is the continuation of the answer to the question, what is the greatness of King Janaka? Why is he a Mahajana? In the first part, we have already discussed the significance of the term Mahajana and the fact that Krishna himself describes King Janaka as a person who executes his duties perfectly. So he's a great bhakta. And we have also gone through a couple of chapters where King Janaka is mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. The first one was during the Putreshti Yajna of King Dasharatha that he conducts under the guidance of Rishi Shringa to beget Rama as his son. In that, Sage Vashishta specifically asks Sumantra, the charioteer and the minister of King Dasharatha, to invite the great leader of Mithila, King Janaka, because he's a very close friend of King Dasharatha. In the 50th chapter of Balakand of Valmiki Ramayana, we saw how King Janaka asks Sage Visvamitra to describe Lord Rama's journey over there, and he describes the beauty of the Lord. He describes the wonderful qualities of the Lord. And this shows that one should approach an acharya to learn more about the Lord. Number two, one should be very humble and should pose submissive inquiries of the acharya. We also learn that Mahajanas pay very close attention to the physical form and the qualities of the Lord, the beauties of the Lord, and they're always eager to hear more about the Lord. And they pay very close attention to the associates of the Lord as well. Because the Lord is, of course, independent, but he loves to associate with his great devotees. So after Sage Visvamitra describes the glories of Lord Rama and the purpose for which he has come to Mithila at the moment, Sage Shataananda segues into the transformation of the Kshatriya King Visvamitra to the Brahmarishi Sage Visvamitra. Now we will go through the 66th chapter of Balakand. So after this wonderful tale of how Sage Visvamitra becomes Sage Visvamitra, the night is over, and the next morning King Janaka invites Visvamitra and Rama and Lakshmana, and he humbly submits himself to Sage Visvamitra and asks him what should be done next. And Visvamitra says that the two Raghavas would like to see the bow. Then King Janaka describes the history of the bow. So Devarata, one of the originators of the lineage, was given that particular bow by Lord Shiva. And then he talks about the birth of Mother Sita. Once King Janaka was plowing a ritual field, and from the plow was raised a very beautiful baby girl. And hence her name was Sita, because the front portion of the plow is called Sita. And since she is an Ayonija, or the one who was not born through the ordinary means, and hence has never gone through any contamination whatsoever, he knows that she is a divine daughter. And he says in the 14th verse of chapter 66, Bhutalad utita satu vyavardhata mamatmaja Virya Shulka iti me kanya sthapita iyam Ayonija. Since she is of non-uterine birth, as she has surfaced from the surface of the earth, but she is fostered as my own beloved daughter, I am determined to give her in marriage to a bridegroom whose boldness is his only bounty. That means that he is the one who declares Mother Sita as a Virya Shulka, the prize of valor. Then King Janaka goes on to describe the fact that there were many kings who wanted to obtain Sita as their wife. Mother Sita was already declared as a Virya Shulka, and this is something that King Janaka tells those other kings. And they wanted to test the caliber of the bow, but they were not even capable of lifting it or holding it or juggling it. They were not capable of doing anything. Then all those kings banded together and they laid siege on the city of Mithila. A year passed by like this, and all the positions for livelihood went into a decline. And King Janaka pleased the assembly of Devatas with his tapasya, and the Devatas were very glad and they gave him the fourfold forces of foot soldiers, cavalry, elephant squadrons, and chariot warriors. In fact, the part of the Akshayani Sena. All the kings were defeated with this wonderful heavenly army and they retreated. Now, that particular bow, King Janaka is willing to show Rama and Lakshmana. So, this proves that King Janaka knows how to protect his kingdom. He is performing his prescribed duty. It is the duty of a king to protect his kingdom. And he will take the help of the Devatas to do that. Now one may think, why exactly is praying to the Devatas considered a very wonderful deal? Praying to the Devatas for some material benefits is not good. But King Janaka is asking them for some method in which he can protect Mother Sita. All these kings were warring against Mithila so that they can win Mother Sita as their wife. But King Janaka had already declared her as a Virya Shulka. And he did give them a chance to lift the bow and string it, and yet they were incapable of doing it. Now laying a siege of the kingdom was not the right thing to do. And therefore, we learn that a Mahajana always protects the interests of the Lord and Mother Sita under every single circumstance. Next, he says that he is going to show this wonderful bow to Lord Rama and Lakshmana. And after that, he says, Yadi asya dhanasho Rama kuryat aropanam mune sutam ayonijam sitam dadyam dasharateh aham. If Rama strings the bowstring of that bow, O sage, I will offer my daughter, the Ayonija Sita, to the son of King Dasharatha, Rama. So this is a very important shloka because over here, King Janaka vows that he will give Sita to Lord Rama. And because of his previous vow that Sita is supposed to be a Virya Shulka, he qualifies that vow over here by stating that if Rama strings the wonderful bow, Yadi asya dhanusho Rama kuryat aropanam mune. Kuryat aropanam means if he is capable of stringing it. Sutam ayonijam sitam dadyam. I will give my beloved daughter, who is an Ayonija, who is not born by the ordinary means, my beloved Sita, I will give her to Dasharate Aham. I'll give her to Dasharate Rama. It's not anyone else, but to the beloved son of King Dasharatha. Because he had attended the Putreshti Yajna and the Ashwamedha Yajna of King Dasharatha, he knows that Rama's birth is just as extraordinary as Mother Sita's birth. So this is of prime importance. Now we go on to the next chapter where Lord Rama breaks the bow of Lord Shiva. After hearing this vow, Visvamitra tells Janaka that Rama can see the bow. Then Janaka orders the bow to be displayed to Rama, and he says that the bow, which is decorated with sandalwood paste and garland, should be brought in front of the Lord. Then 5,000 exceptionally strong, energetic, capable wheel cart pullers pull the bow of Lord Shiva, which is placed on a manjusha box which has 8 wheels. They bring that bow to the palace chambers. King Janaka praises that wonderful bow. Sage Visvamitra gives permission to Lord Rama to see the bow. And while many people were looking at it, the beautiful son of the Raghu dynasty stringed the bow effortlessly. Pashitam nr sahasranam bahunam raghunandanaha aropayat sa dharmatma sa leelam ivatat dhanuhu. This is the 16th verse of the 67th chapter. And after stringing that bow, Lord Rama stretches it up to his ear to examine how tight it is, and then he breaks it up in the center. Arapayitva maurvim cha puryamasa viryavan tat bhabanja dhanur madhye narashreshto mahayashaha. At that time, when the bow broke, it was so thundering with a very loud noise, it sounded as if a mountain were exploding. And at that time, only Visvamitra, King Janaka, and the 2 Raghavas, that is Rama and Lakshmana, were okay. All the others swooned. Nipetuh cha narah sarve tena shabdhena mohita vrajetva munivaram rajanam tau cha raghavau. So, vrajetva munivaram, the Muni, Rajanam, that is King Dasharatha, cha Raghavau, the 2 Raghavas. So this very clearly proves that Janaka was head and shoulders above all the others and kind of on the same level as Sage Visvamitra. And he speaks to Sage Visvamitra, Bhagavan drishtya viryo me Ramo Dasharatatmaja Ati adbhutam achintyam cha atarkitam idam maya. O godly sage Visvamitra, I have seen the great strength displayed by the beloved son of King Dasharatha, Lord Rama. This is adbhutam. This is highly wondrous. Achintyam, it is unimaginable. And it is atarkitam. It cannot be argued against. So he is effusive in his praise for the Lord. And then he states, Janakanam kule kirtim aharishati me sutta Sita bhartaram asadya Ramam Dasharatatmajam. My daughter Sita, on getting Dasharatha's Rama as her husband, will bring great pride to the lineage of Janakas. So at first he praised the Ayonija Sita and said that if Rama can string that bow, then Janaka will give Sita's hand in marriage to the beloved son of King Dasharatha. And then after Rama breaks the bow, he says that when Sita marries Lord Rama, the beloved son of King Dasharatha, then by that association with Lord Rama, the pride of Janaka's dynasty is also going to increase. Why? Because now he is seeing the greatness of Lord Rama as well. He already saw it, and now he has witnessed firsthand the extreme power of the Lord. And he very happily declares that his vow of making Sita a Virya Shulka, or the prize of valor, has indeed come true. Now, in Ayodhya Kand, when Mother Sita describes her marriage to Mother Anasuya, the wife of Atri Muni, she says that at this particular juncture, her father wanted to marry her off to Lord Rama by offering him a jar of pure water. This is the 118th chapter of Ayodhya Kand, verse 15. Tato aham tatra ramaya pitra satya abhisandhina udyata datum udyamya jalabhajanam uttamam. But Rama did not consent to accept the hand of Sita without the permission of his father. Diyamanam natu tada pratijagraha raghava avijñāya pituh chandam ayodhya adipate prabho. Then King Janaka orders emissaries to Ayodhya to invite King Dashratha and the royal marriage procession to arrive from Ayodhya to Mithila. So this shows that a Mahajana is willing to wait for the approval of the Lord. It was his fondest desire to get Sita married off. But when Rama says to wait, King Janaka waits. Because Rama wanted to honor his father as well as set the ideals for human behavior for the rest of the eons, he wanted to make sure that children get married with the consent of their parents. So King Janaka appreciated the fact that the Lord wanted to establish dharma. And even though his own happiness of seeing his daughter married immediately was thwarted temporarily, he was able to understand the bigger picture of the Lord. So this is another sign of a Mahajana. In the 68th chapter of Balakand, we see how the emissaries of King Janaka travel for 3 days and reach Ayodhya and inform King Dashratha about the fact that Lord Rama broke the bow and has thus won the hand of Mother Sita. Dashratha is very happy, and under the advice of Vashishta, Vamadeva and the other priests, travels to Mithila. After a 4-day route, Dashratha meets King Janaka and they exchange some very beautiful pleasantries. Dashratha is very happy to see his beloved sons Rama and Lakshmana. The next day is Magha Nakshatra, and on this day both King Dashratha and Janaka recite their lineage. King Dashratha's lineage is recited actually by Sage Vashishta, but King Janaka recites his own lineage. In the 71st chapter, King Janaka announces to King Dashratha and all the assembled sages that with a very glad heart he will bestow Mother Sita to Lord Rama and his daughter Urmila to Lakshmana. Kaniya neshame bhrata aham jeshta mahamune dadami paramo prito vadvau te munipungava Sitam Ramaya Bhadram te Urmilam Lakshmanaya vai. Now, a very important thing to note is that Urmila is his biological daughter and Sita was his adopted daughter. And usually it is a selfish nature of a parent to want their child to have the best. King Janaka has already seen that Rama is the very best of the best because no one could even move the bow and Rama was capable of breaking it in the middle. So this means that Rama is quite extraordinary. But Janaka does not waver from his vow to make sure that Mother Sita gets married to Lord Rama. Because what belongs to the Lord belongs to the Lord. It is not his call to change it. And therefore, we can see that there is no selfishness in King Janaka. Janaka wants his beloved daughter's Mother Sita to get married. And for that, he creates this very wondrous vow based on the bow that he has received from his ancestors. And once he has seen that Rama is the only one capable of stringing that bow, he makes sure that Mother Sita is married to him. And that's it. He doesn't have the selfishness that, oh, what happens to Urmila? She's my daughter. She should be the one to have the best. No. It's always that level of unselfishness is there in King Janaka. So this is another example of what a Mahajana is supposed to be. A Mahajana is supposed to follow his prescribed duties without any attachment. And King Janaka is completely detached. And yet he is so attached to the Lord and Mother Sita. And in the concluding verses of this chapter, we get to know that King Janaka is the one who fixes the day of the marriage to be Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. That is 2 days after this particular day. In the 72nd chapter of Balakand, Sage Visvamitra proposes that the brother of King Janaka, Kushadvaja, who has 2 daughters, Mandavi and Shrutakirti, should give his 2 daughters to Bharata and Shatrughna. So Bharata should marry Mandavi and Shatrughna should marry Shrutakirti. In this way, all the 4 brothers can marry the 4 sisters. King Janaka accepts on his brother's behalf. King Kushadvaja does not explicitly agree or disagree with the statement because he knows that his older brother, King Janaka, will give the right answer. This is another example of how King Janaka goes through his prescribed duties. He is the older brother of King Kushadvaja and he answers for King Kushadvaja. He understands what is beneficial for his daughters. He understands what is beneficial for his brother's family. And he makes certain that Bharata and Shatrughna are the ideal sons-in-law for his brother, and he accepts this marriage proposal as proposed by Sage Visvamitra. So it shows that King Janaka is very unselfish once again. He shows that just because his daughter's marriages are fixed, it doesn't mean that he has to forget about his younger brother. He makes sure that the joy that he is having in his own life is shared with his brother's family as well. And he also ensures that his beloved Mother Sita also has her 3 sisters along with her in her marital home. So every decision that King Janaka makes is for the benefit of Mother Sita. It is because of the extreme love that he has towards Sita and now towards Lord Rama. In the next session, we will cover how King Janaka conducts the marriage of Sita and Rama, and we will complete the importance of King Janaka in Balakand. Jai Sita Ram.